probably half of y'all.
Well, really quick, like I said, 13 wins eclipses, last year's total. Obviously, getting back to a winning start in league play here. 10th game out of 17 on the season that Tay has been over 20 points, and sixth double-double for freshman Micah Hanlogden, who had 19 and 19.
It's a good win. We brought our juice. As many threes that Obina missed, he made up for it by being in the right spot defensively and creating a lot of havoc. So some people don't understand, okay, why does he shoot threes? If he doesn't, we can't run our system. And, when he shoots, they don't know if he's going to make it or not, They're leaving him open. He's got plenty of time, and he's got to just make that shot. And he will. He makes them in practice. He's going to make them. And I got full faith and confidence in him. He's got to slow down a little bit and make a thing. But that's why we do it. Same thing with Micah, if we can get him there. I think Micah was 1 for 3, I believe, from threes. He shoots much better in practice, but in a game, he hasn't done it often enough to where he shoots like he does in practice. And not that he's going to make a living out there, but to be able to do it occasionally helps our ball club too, because it keeps the middle open. That's when you get Tavion and Andy getting to the rim. And it has to be done that way. Sometimes my Adam's apple goes up in my throat like everybody else's, But you know what? If you call it too quick, then it all shuts down. You can't do it. So I'm going to count on them being the player that I know they are, and I think it'll happen. But go ahead.
How about Micah's performance tonight?
What did he do? Did he play?
He made Coastal very uncomfortable.
Well, let me just say this.
Long story short, they were I'm sitting up here going, what if Cliff is having less of a problem pain as I'm enjoying watching him you're looking at even if he didn't block it, where is he? Where is he?
Well, when I was walking out after we shook hands and everything, he didn't ask me if I'd been to Ducks or we had been to all places that we haunted together when he was at Clemson, and he didn't ask me how my family was doing. He said, "Where in the hell did you get number 5?" So I kind of told you the story about number 5. So, hey, what can I say? Good eye on the talent by, Scott Rougeau, who was here, kind of introduced me to his family and his AAU coach, and then went down and talked to him and watched some film on him, and we committed right away, and it was a good thing because I think later in the year he'd had choices to make. And pretty much we got on him early, and now our fans are putting their arms around him. He's playing well, and we expect him to be a graduate of Marshall University.
Tonight, you get off to a hot start in the first half, going to halftime with a lead. How big was that for your game to go into halftime with that lead instead of trailing by double digits?
Well, obviously it's a lot better than going in down 12. And we were down, I think, 15, 17 pretty within a minute at the other place, and we hit a bucket, and then Tavion hits that 3 right at the end of the half. It cut it to 12 and made it doable. Can't do that against good teams, but even at 12, we had to play perfect and then to get it to where we had a chance. And, once you've played perfect for a long stretch, imperfect shows up for a little while, and it's just tough. You can't put yourself in that kind of hole. So, I told our kids, and for whatever reason, and it's something that we got to master if we can do something as a coaching staff or the players do it within themselves. They have to understand that this game is played by intensity, and you have to bring it every night. Every night. You can't lay back and think that you don't play hard. Now, we only played, I think, 6 people, maybe a half, maybe 4 minutes, 3 minutes with Gorin. But I think we'll get Wyatt back, which will help. Hopefully, I got my fingers crossed he'll be ready for Thursday. And, we're a much quicker team with that group. All 7 of those play at the speed that we play. And it keeps the ball moving. We're a lot more aggressive, and there's a lot more enthusiasm. I think we missed that with Wyatt. Even though he's not chalking up a ton of minutes, it's his enthusiasm when he's on the floor, his speed, and he's tough. When you go up and try to dunk like he did, I don't know if you're tough or You may want to check your mind, but you know, that's what he brings, and it's all good. We thought we played fairly well. We turned the ball over a few times, and we have to understand toward the end of the game, you got a 15-point lead, that you don't go under picks. You go over top. You force them into twos. Let Micah, and if they make one, they make one, but you don't give them threes. So there are things we got to work on. We're still getting better. If you look at the rosters, I think they were senior, graduate, and we're going freshman, sophomore. Obina's a sophomore by eligibility, and then Tavion's a senior, a graduate. We got one, and Andy is a junior by eligibility. So we're talking about one guy that leaves if we can keep everybody here intact, and they're going to lose and have to go in that pool again. So
You're up 15, they go to 8-0 run, get it under 10.
yeah.
Is that dangerous? And all of a sudden, guys.
Yeah, I started. You didn't see me? Shoot, I started sweating. I was asking for a towel, you know.
But then you get a 6 zone, it's like, okay, case closed.
You know, I know. And you know, timeouts are funny things, too. I can use them better when you're up 12 or 15. But when you're making a run back and you start calling timeout, and then all of a sudden you score and you don't have any timeouts left to make them set the ball, you know, which one's easier? Making them set the ball and play defense and maybe get a steal, or you can tell them what to do to foul or whatever? Or is it better to call timeout, set up a play? But, you know, the last game, like we threw it, Tavion, he was in the kind of a mid-floor. Got your best player with the ball, got open floor a little bit, call timeout, you set up a man-to-man play, and they come out in zone. You know, you don't know what they're going to do after timeout. They're not dummies sitting over there. They're going to try to mix it up. So, but this time it was easier, and you play from 15 down. You can use them to stop runs a little better because you're probably not going to need them at the end of the ball game. So it's a little easier.
13 wins, Trey mentioned you eclipsed last year's total. Does that mean anything to you at this point?
No, not a damn thing. Those 13 wins mean nothing. The 4 losses mean nothing now. We got to play next game. I've always been like that, and I know maybe you want me to pontificate on boy, that was a big word. I graduated, too. I got a degree from here. But I play, and even I live in the day. I don't live for tomorrow, and I don't live for yesterday. I live for today, and I got me here. I've always said, you know, I never planned to be here. I never sat down and said I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do. I just did the best job I could where I was, and good things happening, and with the help from the guy upstairs, and good things happen, you know. And I came to a good place. This is a good place. Huntington's a good town, city. It's a good school to play and coach. I know half their players are saying that. They'd love to play in front of this crowd. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were
Sorry.
They look like they're having fun, too, coming off the loss and then today.
Well, I think it's attributed to yesterday. Corny said, put your music on. I put that good Myrtle Beach shag, Motown music, you know, and that got them into the mood. Instead of playing that hard stuff that hits you and you got to act like you're big and bad. You know, the music I grew up on, you were always happy, you know, not big and bad. So I think I'm going to attribute that to the music that we played yesterday. So, and that's good coaching. It was good coaching on Corny to tell me, and it was good coaching on my selection.
So is that the selection moving forward?
Well, hey, listen, I was at a state championship game in South Carolina in jeans and a white shirt with a tie because we were going to Charleston. We didn't think we were going to win because they were ranked like 7th in the country, state champions returning with every player back, 7 scholarships, major scholarships. We were starting freshmen, 2 sophomores, and 2 juniors, and we beat them in Charleston. It was North Charleston. And so I'm going home. I figure, okay, we're going to the state championship. I got a suit. You know, back then I didn't have any money, so it was a nice suit for me, but at that time. So I was going to get my suit on, and my assistant goes, you can't change clothes now. You can't. We were lucky in this. We got to play in that. So here I am in a state championship game in jeans. So it just worked out that way. But get back to the music, yeah, I probably will because I ain't changing nothing. So that's just the way it is.
Superstitious guy.
To a point, yeah. To a point, I am. I like rhythm of life. You know, I like a rhythm. When I get in it, I want to stay in it. I don't want to be a break. But if it breaks, then regroup, go back again, you know. I'm not one that quits. I'm like a House Speaker. What did he say? He said, one thing's for sure, I ain't going to quit. I might be a little bit like that, too. I don't quit. Never have, never will. That's it. Fellas, I appreciate you. Thank you.